Yo, can you guys believe that these two specific PlayStation Vita titles could have had sequels? As much as the PlayStation Vita was an underrated handheld console, you can't help but to admit that they had some pretty great exclusives. Now before I get into these two titles that were supposed to earn a sequel, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I will highly appreciate it. Now let's get to the news. So according to the source from videogameschronicle.com, it states that speaking to Sacred Symbols Plus, Yoshida said that we were actually working on Soul Sacrifice 2 and Freedom Wars 2, but because the budget limitation we had to stop and move on to the PlayStation 4. Yoshida also claimed that the move to the PlayStation 4 is the main reason that more Sony first-party IP didn't receive a PlayStation Vita iteration, in the same style as Sony Ben's Uncharted Golden Abyss. Crazy to think, right? We could have really had Freedom Wars 2. What they could have done is at least port the development to the PlayStation 4 or something. You know, I feel like that would have been the common sense thing to do, but knowing Sony, they wanted to focus more on their bigger titles that they probably thought were more important during that time. And to me, like I said, as a big fan of Freedom Wars, this breaks my heart. Like seriously, we literally could have had a Freedom Wars 2. And don't get me started with Soul Sacrifice. Such a unique, underrated game that I feel like could have been more appealing in today's gaming market, with people liking the whole aspect of a game where you create a character and choose your class, playing co-op missions with your friends, and fighting various enemies and bosses and missions. Like, it wouldn't be as popular as something like Monster Hunter, but I feel like it would have its own community that will make up for its sales. It just sucks that PlayStation really closed down one of its most unique studios, that being Japan Studios. I'm still not over the fact that they closed down Japan Studios. And for what? To buy shit like Bungie that they aren't really budgeting from Bungie, because guess what? They only really have one fucking game, and that's Destiny. Then investing in studios that were closed down after only a couple attempts of trying to make a good game. Concord. Like, Freedom Wars 2 could have been a banger, and I still have hope that Namco Bandai is trying to push a sequel for a new Freedom Wars, even though I feel like the game continues to be an underrated title with its, even with the re-release that came out. Like, I feel like it's still underrated. We don't know the sales number, we don't really know that much about it, but I know that Namco Bandai likes to push out their sequels even with low numbers of sales, so I feel like they would probably even release a sequel one day, or or I will hope that they would do that, but you never know. And as far as like Soul Sacrifice, like I said, I would love to see that game come back, and I feel like Namco Bandai will be the ones to try to resurrect it again and release it on Steam, PlayStation 5 and Switch. I think it will sell pretty decent, because if you see the requests for people who want re-releases of PlayStation Vita titles, Soul Sacrifice is always on top of that list. Like, it never left the Vita, and I feel like that's a crazy thing, the fact that it never left the Vita. But I do feel like it will happen someday, we can only hope. But yeah, those are like the two games that never received a sequel, and it was supposed to receive a sequel according to Yoshida. Yeah, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because PlayStation has really shifted its attention to like other games and everything else. Like, they're more focused on these very, very kind of realistic Hollywood-based kind of aesthetic kind of games. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I kind of miss their unique kind of titles. Their unique kind of Japanese titles and all this other stuff. Like, come on, let's go back to the PlayStation 1 days. Let's go back to the PlayStation 2 days. Even the PlayStation 3 days. Like, come on, man. Like, I feel like they just, I don't know how to explain it, but it just wasn't the same. And the Vita was the last of its kind. Like, I swear, like, I love the Switch. I think the Switch is a good handheld console, but the Vita hit differently. Like, I remember just going crazy on games like Killzone Mercenary, obviously Gravity Rush, you already know that. Muramasa Rebirth, that was, oh my god, that was such a unique game. Like, literally, it was so beautiful, the art style and everything else. Like, it was so unique. I loved playing it on the Vita. Uncharted Golden Abyss, I enjoyed it. I know it never got a console release, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Wipeout 2048. Like, come on, that game was fun as hell. Like, I remember they was giving all these games out for free through the PlayStation Plus free monthly games, because I remember they used to give out PlayStation 3 games, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation Vita titles all for free each month when you had a PlayStation Plus subscription during that time. So they gave out a lot of good games, you know, even Persona 4 Golden. Like, Persona 4 Golden was the main reason why I bought a PlayStation Vita in the first place. But yeah, those are the two PlayStation Vita titles that could have had a sequel but didn't because of the shift in focusing on the PlayStation 4. And that's all really I gotta say. Please let me know in the comment section if you think that a sequel to these games would have been a good idea, and have you guys ever played Soul Sacrifice on the Vita? Please let me know in the comment section, and please remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. I will highly appreciate it. My name is Sam Matic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.